Hello, friends. This is Miss G. I'm so excited to be with you guys today. Um, so, this is our first class together. So exciting. I just want to say that I miss you guys and I can't wait to see you again. But let's get right into it because we have a lot to do. So for every class, when we start, I'm going to introduce a new sight word. The sight words were those tricky words on our word wall that we would go over every day. And since we don't have the word wall right now, what we're going to do is go over it with Miss G, and then at home, you have to write it yourself. So you can write it on a piece of paper, you can write it on something like a note card here, and you can have your mommy or your grown up at home help you out. So our new sight word today is the word R. And just like we would do in class, I'm going to say each letter, then say the word, and you will echo Miss G at home. Okay? So, starting from the top, A, R, E, R. And now you echo Miss G, right? A, R, E, R. So this is one of our new sight words. You might remember it from before because we had just introduced it before a couple of weeks ago. So R, how can we use that in a sentence? I want you thinking about it at home while Miss G thinks about it here. When you use the word R, it's for more than one person. More than one thing. You can't say he are or she are. It has to be more than one. So let me give you some examples. For instance, we we are home. You see, I underlined are, and you notice that the sentence began with we because it's plural. It means more than one. You have to use more than one person for that word. Let's try another one. They they are moving. Again, here's your are, and they means more than one person, right? Jason and Daha are playing. Again, more than one person. Even though we said both their names, it's more than one. So whenever you use the word are, make sure it's more than one. Now at home, I want you to write this somewhere. You can pause the video, you can do it after the video, but that's what I want you doing from now on when Miss G introduces a new word. Okay, so let's get into our story. Now, I'm not sure my friends remember, but we were reading When I Was Young and in the Mountains, right? So, what are mountains? Seems like a silly question, but it's a good one to ask because mountains can come in different shapes, colors, varieties. So, mountains are basically like big hills, right? So, if we remember, Cynthia Rylant, the author of our story, was also the little girl in our story. Okay, this is about her life. And so she lived in the mountains and she lived in a place called Coolidge in Virginia. So Miss G can show you now where that is on the map. So right here you can see this is where Coolidge is, right? This is where she lived in the mountains. This is where we live. So we live kind of far. I know on the map it looks like it's close, but it's actually kind of far away, right? So this is where she lives. Where we live, or where we went to school, was Brooklyn. So this is Brooklyn, and this is New York, right? So if I zoom out, you can see this is where we are. You might not live in Brooklyn, but this is where our school is, right? So, coming back to our story, I want you to look at the pictures while Miss G is reading to learn more about how Cynthia Rylant grew up in the mountains, okay? So, looking at just the front cover, what can you tell me about the mountains? Right? If you look really close, there's some green, they look pretty tall, right? Do we have mountains in New York? Not really. Not really like this. Our life is a little different than Cynthia's. So I want you to start thinking about this is what she did in the past, and when she was little, this is what we do now. Okay? So let's listen to the story. Here we go. Let Miss G get the good angle so you guys can see the pictures. Ooh, yeah. Miss G is getting used to this too, friends. Miss G is getting used to this too. Okay. When I was young and in the mountains, grandfather came home in the evening, covered with the black dust of a coal mine. Only his lips were clean, and he used them to kiss the top of my head. Right? When I was young and in the mountains, grandmother spread the table with hot oat cornbread and pinto beans and fried okra. Later, in the middle of the night, she walked through the grass with me to the Johnny house and held my hand in the dark. I promised never to eat more than one serving of okra again. Now, in our class, we did talk about what okra was. It's just a type of vegetable that they ate, that some people still eat. And it made her have to go to use the Johnny house. Now, who remembers what a Johnny house is? That's that right over here. Well, when your tummy's hurting, sometimes you have to go where? To the bathroom. But back then, they didn't have bathrooms. They had something called Johnny houses, and that was located outside their home. So you guys are used to going straight to the bathroom in your home, only having to walk a little bit. Back then, they had to go outside to use the bathroom, right? So that's a difference between what you guys do now and what Cynthia Ryland did when she was little, right? Now, there's something else that I want you guys to see. Looking at the picture, right? Looking at this picture, what is Grandma holding? She's holding a candle. Why would she be holding a candle? Why isn't she holding a flashlight? Maybe because it's in the past. So in the past, they didn't have flashlights, right? They had to use candles to see in the dark. And now, how does Miss G know that? How does Miss G even know all about the dark and the candles? Was it in our words? Did they say Grandma had to use a candle in the words? No, it was in the illustration, right? So, looking at a picture in a book can teach you just as much as the words. And I know Miss G's kind of having a hard time showing you the picture. I'll get better at it, I promise. So, let's move on. When I was young and in the mountains, we walked across the cow pasture and through the woods, carrying our towels. The swimming hole was dark and muddy, and we sometimes saw snakes, but we jumped in anyway. Now, again, let's think about it. What was a swimming hole? Does anyone remember? Well, it looks like they're having fun. And it looks like it might be a little warm outside, right? Because there's leaves on the trees and there's sun. So what season might that be? You remember your season song? If there's trees and it's hot and there's sun, it's probably in the summer, right? So where do you guys go in the summer when it's really hot and you want to cool off? Maybe you've been Maybe you haven't been. Not everyone goes, and that's okay. But some people like to go to something called a swimming pool. This isn't a swimming pool, right? This is a swimming hole because in the past, this is what they would use. Okay? So, now moving on from there, we need to collect evidence, right, for our big paper that we are going to write later on. So, in order to collect evidence, we have to think about what did Cynthia Ryland do in her past, when she was a kid, right? And what do we do now? Okay? So Miss G wrote a couple of things, and I'll show you guys now what they are. So I wrote evidence organizer, right? This is where we're going to write all the things we collect from our story to help with our paper later on. And this says, when I was young in the mountains. So this side is all about Cynthia Ryland and what happened with her when she was young and in the mountains. Today is what we use today as kids, right? Differences from the past to now. So let's think about it. In the past, in Cynthia Ryland's story, she used a swimming hole. We just went over that. A swimming hole, right? What do we use now? What can Miss G write here? What do we use now? I'll give you a minute to think about it. Yes, a swimming pool. So we don't have to use a swimming hole now. We use a swimming pool. Great. Now, what about the next one? I think we're going to leave it right here because we didn't get to read this part of the story yet. So just to jog our memory, we have swimming hole and we have swimming pool now. And we're going to keep doing that every day, seeing what she used to have and what we have now. Now, dun dun dun, your first assignment. That means the first thing you're going to be writing at home. Super exciting, friends. This is going to be so interesting because you guys are going to have to be really big kids now. Really, really big kids because you are doing this on your own. So the way this is going to work is that we're going to write like we always do. And we're going to write one sentence this time, okay? So let's think about it. What you are going to write about is one sentence about something in your past. Now, you're probably thinking, I don't know about my past. I don't know what's before. I don't understand. That's okay. I want to know specifically what you did yesterday, right? So what you did yesterday, that's your past. So you could say, I did nothing yesterday. That's okay. You can write that down. I went to bed yesterday. That's okay. You can write that down. I just want to know one sentence of what you did yesterday. It could be, I helped mommy shop. I helped mommy put groceries away. I helped clean up the house. I watched cartoons. It could be all sorts of things, friends. But I only want one sentence, okay? Just one. So Ms. G is going to give you an example of what she did yesterday. So for Ms. G, I saw a movie with my friend. That's what I did yesterday. So if you remember, we like to count how many words are in our sentence, and we say it over and over again so we can remember, right? Remember all the words in our sentence and remember how we're going to write it. So let me go again. I saw a movie with my friend. I'm going to do it again, and this time I'm going to count. Count with me at home. I saw a movie with my friend. Now, how many words are in this sentence? 7, right? I saw a movie with my friend. Beautiful. Now, we know there's 7 words in this sentence. What do we do next? Now we have to write the lines on our paper. If you don't have this paper, it is perfectly fine. Ms. G will show you the way you can write without using this paper. But if you have it at home, if your mommies and daddies or whatever grown up was with you was able to pick up this paper, or you have extra at home, please use this paper if you have it, okay? So let's get started. We are writing about our past, and Miss G's past was that she saw a movie with her friend, right? So I said there were 7 words, so I'm going to write 7 lines. What was my sentence again? I saw a movie with my friend. I, line, let me put finger, space, saw, finger, a, finger, movie. Now, there's not really any more space for me to write on this line, so I'm going to come to the bottom. I saw a movie with space, my space, friend. Beautiful. Is that 7 lines? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful. And then what comes at the end of a sentence? Period. There we go. Now, do I start coloring, writing, or anything? No. But Miss G did forget something. Bum, 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 bum. Name and date. We still have to put our name and our date whenever Miss G asks you to write something, right? So Miss G knows that you wrote it and not like your sister or brother wrote it. And the date. So the date is 3-23-2020, right? Now coming back to our sentence. The first letter in my sentence was what? I. Good. Do I write a lowercase I or uppercase I? Uppercase. Because it's beginning a sentence. Very nice. I saw. Now, saw. I'm not sure how to write that, but I can tap it out and try my best. Does it have to be perfect? No. Do I have to know the right letters? No. It's okay as long as you try your best. So I saw. I feel like that's not right, but I don't know how to write it, so I'm going to leave it for now. And I tried my best and I tapped it out. I saw a movie. I feel like that's probably an O. Move. That's V, right? Movie. E. There we go. I saw a movie with. With. Now, why didn't Miss G uppercase that? Because it's still part of the same sentence. So even though it's on another line, we don't uppercase it. I saw a movie with my. Now, I don't have the word wall. So what do? I remember when we were in class, whenever I didn't know a word, I could just look at the word wall. but I don't have that now. That's okay, friends, because you know what you do have? Your homework packet. And in your homework packet, where it says sight words, all of these words were on our word wall, friends. So, if you're not sure, grab your homework packet and look for the word my, or the word you're using in your sentence. Miss G needs the word my. So, I saw a movie with my. That's an M. So I have to look for the words that have an M. Now I know that's me. So this must be my. M-Y, my. Yes, I remember. Beautiful. Okay. So now I'm going to write my. My friend. Eh, eh, n, d. Oh, I don't have enough space. That's okay. Just erase. Make the line a little bit longer. Friend, period. Now, I'm done writing my sentence. Yay! Now you get to draw. So I'm going to draw me watching a movie on a TV, right? See people on the TV with, this is me, with my friend, right? And we were both on the couch, actually. So Miss G's going to write a couch. Yes, it doesn't look like a couch, but that's okay. Miss G's trying her best, okay? Miss G's writing it really fast, and she's trying her best. So it's okay if it doesn't look perfect. Now, what do I need next? Yes, labels. I have a TV. I have Miss G. I have my friend. I have a couch. Ouch. And the way why Miss G does this is because she wants to sound out her words. That's why she says all that stuff. So if you also have time, you can color. That's up to you. But this is what Miss G needs to see. Now you're probably asking, how am I going to do this, Miss G? You're not here. How am I going to show you? Well, here's how. Your mommies or daddies or whoever's with you, even your sisters, brothers, if they're older, will take a picture using their phone. Take a picture of your work and send it over to Miss G. They know how to reach Miss G and they know what to do. Okay? This is your first assignment. I want to see what you guys did yesterday in your past, and I am so excited to continue our journey this way. Okay? Miss you guys. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Okay. Have a great night.